what is debt? How do we think about that? Who owes what to whom? My name is Frances Negrón. I'm a professor at Columbia University, and I am the co-lead of a project called Unpayable Debt, which looks at the place of debt in Puerto Rico, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. One of the reasons we were interested in this was because we were concerned with the impact of the debt crisis on Puerto Rico in particular, but the more we studied it, we realized that this was also a larger problem, not only because it affected other areas, but because debt is becoming a normative, essential part of the way that capital works in the world. Because Puerto Rico has been a colony of the United States for more than 100 years, the debt crisis that it's experiencing at the moment is put in a different context. I feel that our work sustains the argument that colonizing powers mostly acquired colonies to make wealth for themselves. And Puerto Rico is no exception to that. If you look at the ways that the United States has structured its economy and directed it in order to benefit its own capital class, you could argue that the current debt is another manifestation of that. Sometimes art gets to places and emotions and parts of the issue that scholarship may not get to, and certainly not policy. And some of it is how it feels to be under a debt crisis. Sarabel Santos is documenting what you could say the debris of the crisis. It opens up questions about fragility and vulnerability. It kind of invites us to think about, well, what does it mean? What kind of toll does debt crisis take? Not only in our incomes, but in every aspect of our life and our environment, to the point that this debris, these fragments of this littered landscape, becomes the new normal. And then you have the work of Omar Robles, who went back to Puerto Rico after the hurricane. And in the midst of this catastrophe, he positions these dancers against these landscapes. And it is somewhat suggestive that although this world might be coming to an end, perhaps the world to come has possibilities that the world that we're leaving behind does not. The bottom line of the Unpayable Working Group is to find a new vocabulary to describe what's going on, and to think of how scholarship, art, journalism can contribute to transforming these inequities where sectors of the world derive enormous benefits from poorer sectors of the world. How can we think about or imagine a debtless future, a future where places or regions like the Caribbean are not constantly paying back to their colonizers in this perpetually reproduced unequal set of relationships?